Movement for Every Body. An inclusive fitness guide for better movement. Build mind-body awareness, overcome exercise barriers, and improve mobility. By Marcia, Dernie, DPT. Narrated by Emokpae. Published by North Atlantic Books. Pose demonstration photographs and a resource list can be found in the PDF that comes with this audiobook. To my mother, Marie Marcel, who always encouraged me to help people in a million different ways, and I never understood why. I finally found my way, and I now understand. Merci en pile, mommy. Preface. Listening and preparation tips. We can't have movement for every body without considering how to make the content in this book more accessible for everybody to listen to. We all learn and process information in different ways that might vary from person to person, depending on the content. This book is offered in text format, electronic or paper, and audio format. There are also accompanying videos for the movement activities included in each chapter. If you have no idea where to begin, consider the following scenario. To learn a new recipe, would you rather read text instructions, listen to instructions, or watch a video? What do you need in order to be able to follow this recipe? Try to use your answers to these questions as a starting point for understanding your learning and processing needs. For example, when I'm learning a new recipe, I prefer text instructions with chunked sections I can read at my own pace while I make a checklist for grocery shopping. If I listen to instructions, I'll zone out after a few sentences. If I'm watching a video, I need closed captions with a faster playback speed and will often pause at many points. With this recipe example in mind, how would I apply these principles to reading this book? I might do better by reading the text and taking notes unless I find better ways to stay engaged with audio. I would also speed up the video tutorials as I follow along in the text to absorb that information. Ideas that may help with listening to this book. Pace yourself while listening by setting timers or deciding the number of sections to listen to at a time. Then take a break, and after that, either listen again if you want to, or stop. Make a listening schedule and use a calendar to mark off days when you've listened to any sections or worked on the chapter activities. Talk about what you've listened to with a friend or aloud to yourself. For audio-based book listening, add an activity that makes listening physically engaging. Take notes or use a fidget tool. For text-based book reading, add an activity that makes reading an auditory process. Read out loud or listen to music, white noise, or brown noise. For ebooks, test out different fonts, page colors, and sizes. Some ebook applications have options for the bionic reading method or a dyslexia-specific font. For physical books, use a horizontal bookmark or ruler to keep your place on the page by sliding it downward as you read each line. Eliminate distractions by hydrating and nourishing before listening and putting phones on Do Not Disturb if possible. Try listening in a place that makes you feel calm and peaceful, whether this is at home or elsewhere, like a park. Consider creating a book club or listening along with a buddy to check in and have scheduled discussions. Ideas that may help with watching the online videos. The videos can be accessed via phone, but consider using an iPad, computer screen, or smart TV for a bigger view. Remember that the playback speed is adjustable, which means the video can be slowed down or sped up to your preference. The video has an automated caption feature that will display spoken words on the screen. Check the video length before starting it, so you always know how long to expect to be watching it. Preparation tips. We all have different access to equipment and space, as well as different abilities and needs. This section provides items needed to complete the activities at the end of each chapter. The journaling activities can be completed in any position of comfort. The movement activities include positions that involve sitting, standing, and lying down on the floor. There are variations and ideas for modifications included with each specific activity, but it can be helpful to know before you get started what you may need in order to be successful. Must have. Safe space to complete journaling and movement activities. For journaling, Notes app on phone, Diary app, voice recorder, or paper journal. For sitting exercises, sturdy, comfortable chair without wheels, couch, or bed. For standing moves, clear area on floor, free of obstacles. For floor exercises, blankets, pillows, towels for comfort. Nice to have. Small hard items for support or alignment. Yoga block, hardcover book, footstool. Large, tall, hard surface for balance. Dining table, coffee table, entry table, wall, chair without wheels. Long, handheld item for balance. Broomstick, PVC pipe. Long, sturdy, handheld item for positioning needs. Yoga strap, flat sheet, belt. Soft items for comfort. Pillows, bolsters, towels, blankets, yoga mat. Handheld weighted object. Light dumbbell, light kettlebell, water bottle, ball. Camera with adequate storage for video feedback and measuring progress. Large mirror for live feedback during movement. Introduction. I've always been a fairly active person. I spent my childhood playing kickball, climbing trees in my neighborhood, and playing sports in high school. During my time in high school and college, I bought into the prevalent fitness ideals that stated that women should be skinny, cute, and small. I thought it was perfectly acceptable for only football players to use the weight room because women should only use the cardio equipment to get toned. I disregarded years of shin splints, sprained ankles, torn shoulder muscles, and back pain because I believed that pain is merely weakness leaving the body. I internalized these concepts as truths. When I finally entered the weight room, the internalizations shifted, but they didn't improve. Instead, I developed an obsession with becoming the ideal, strong, and lean powerlifter. I was convinced that I had to be as small and shredded as possible to excel in powerlifting and to be respected in the sport. Thanks to my time in physical therapy school, I was embedded in a medical system rife with ableism and racism that fostered these body standards even more. During this
Sample complete. Ready to continue?